Time to rank every Star Trek series from best to worst. With a small disclaimer, I have not watched the animated series and I really don't plan to. And I have not watched Star Trek Enterprise, which is actually right here. It's all black, it's hard to see. And I have yet to watch that, but I will be watching it soon, so I will not put it on the list because I can't judge it if I've not watched it. So that leaves us with the original series, TNG, DS9, Voyager, and Discovery of all the Star Trek shows that I have watched up to this date. So I guess we could start here with Discovery. Now, my opinions on Discovery, I think it is an enjoyable show. Season 2 was a lot better than Season 1. But is it A-tier type material? I don't know. That's really debatable, and I just can't quite put it in the A category. So I think Star Trek Discovery is a solid C to me. Now we have Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Oh boy, this is my favorite Star Trek show. TNG is a very close second. They're pretty much a 1A and a 1B to me. I like them both that much, but I gotta put Deep Space Nine in the A category because it is just a masterful show. And before we move on to TNG, Star Trek Picard is not on this list, so I'll just kind of Photoshop it in where I want to put it. Now moving on to TNG. Like I said before, TNG is an amazing show. That is the jumping off point that everyone should go in on if you want to start watching Star Trek. Don't watch the original series first because it can be a little rough. It can be. But TNG, after you get past season 1, it is a tremendous show. It is one of the best you can watch. And like I said, DS9 barely edges it out for me. It's a 1A, 1B situation. And it seriously is just wonderful. And you can watch any episode at any time and it will probably entertain you. It is that good, except for maybe Sub Rosa. Don't watch that episode. So we got to put TNG in the A category as well. Now here we are on the original series. Now I have very mixed emotions when it comes to the original series. A lot of the times I didn't love what was going on, but you have to appreciate it for what it was, and it did start all of Star Trek. It's kind of like how I look at Star Wars: The New Hope. I don't love it, I never have, but you have to appreciate it for what it did, and it did start all of the Star Wars universe and so on. And that's how I kind of feel about Star Trek TOS. There is some really good episodes, but there's also some episodes that are just not very good. They have not aged well, and it's just it's just a show that if you were to catch it on BBC or whatever channel it's on nowadays, it'd be fine. You can watch whatever episode and it's enjoyable. But to try and binge watch the original series, it can be tough because every episode is so episodic and there's no serialized storytelling at all, and it can just get a little rough sometimes. But still, you have to appreciate it for what it did, and I gotta put Star Trek the original series at a solid B. Now on to Star Trek Voyager. Voyager gets a lot of hate, which I don't understand why Voyager gets so much hate. I really enjoyed watching Voyager when I did. It's just hard to surpass DS9 and TNG in my book, and Voyager falls just slightly short of those wonderful shows, but I really did like Voyager. And I get some of the complaints that people had in Voyager, but to me, once they kind of got past the Kazon stuff, which were just kind of knockoff Klingons, and once the Borg started getting incorporated into all their issues and 7 of 9 showed up, it felt like the cast kind of really started kind of forming together and everything kind of started coming together. At least in my opinion, I really enjoyed kind of season 4 to season 7 way more than season 1 through 3. Not saying that there weren't good episodes 1 through 3, but the back half of Voyager was very good. And my God, does it have one of the best finales of a show. Fabulous. Love the finale, love Endgame. It's great. If you don't know, Voyager's last episode's called Endgame, which is kind of funny in today's world because, Avengers Endgame. But I really did like Voyager. I really did. You should watch Voyager if you haven't yet, because it really is a good Star Trek show. It deserves to be in the conversation of TNG and DS9 in my opinion, but it just falls slightly short of those two though. But it is close. It is very close. And I gotta put Star Trek Voyager at a B. And touching on it again, I have not watched the animated series or Enterprise, which is right here like I said, and I'm not going to rank these two because I have not watched them. Like I said, I don't plan on watching the animated series. I got enough of the original series within the live action show itself, and I've seen the movies, which I really enjoy the original series movies. Now finally we're on Star Trek Picard. Now, Star Trek Picard, I feel like I have very mixed feelings about this show. I've yet to rewatch it all, and I did enjoy watching it, but I think I just wanted it to be something more than what it was. Not saying it wasn't enjoyable and or good, it just, there was something missing. I've still yet to put my finger on what was missing in the show. Maybe it was just the lack of Starfleet Federation stuff. It was more of Picard and others kind of on the run type deal, and it just didn't feel like what we knew Star Trek to feel like, and I think that might be it. But it deserves a rewatch before I truly judge it for what it was. But as of right now, I'm gonna put Star Trek Picard at a C. It is right between a C and a B, but just kind of how it ended and everything, I didn't hate the ending, and some of the characters kind of drive me crazy. So I'm going to put it at a C. Now, I love the moments, of course, with Patrick Stewart being Picard. He does a phenomenal job in that show. Jerry Ryan, which he's actually in it, as 7 of 9, is good. I enjoyed her coming back to Star Trek. I wish she was a little bit more like the 7 we knew in Voyager, but I get it. It's been like 20 years. People evolve, so I'm not really going to complain that much. Rios isn't bad, but Girardi and Raffi, both of those characters I don't care for at all. They're both just kind of annoying, and I'm not going to spoil the ending and stuff like that, but there's just some choices that I just didn't love. To sum it all up, Picard gets a C for me, and that is my Star Trek rankings. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down below in the comment section below. And while you're down there, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. I think this is a pretty solid list. I have my favorites, and I'm sure you're going to disagree with me, and that's completely okay. That's the great thing about shows and Star Trek, that everyone has their own favorite. I feel like there's not much more to be said about these shows. They all have their own shining moments, they truly do, but just some outrank the others. It's that simple. Some are just better than the others. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Until next time, guys, everyone have a great day. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.